I was tinkering in my garage workshop when CEO Victor Kane, a smug titan of industry, dared me to fix an impossible prototype engine his team had botched, mocking my small-town wrench skills in front of his board. His challenge was a gauntlet, aimed at humiliating a simple mechanic. Kane didn't know I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, and a self-taught mechanical engineer with a knack for cracking complex systems. His dare wasn't just a test. It was a setup, and my diagnostic tools were about to expose a flaw that would silence his boardroom. I stood in Apex's lab, phone filming as my allies from Crescent Meadows, pinged by my group chat, gathered outside, ready to back me. This wasn't just an engine. It was Kane's most arrogant move, blind to my expertise. My heart pounded, but a sly grin crept in. He thought he could shame me? I was about to turn his dare into a viral takedown, with the engine's secret as my weapon. What unfolded wasn't just fixing a machine. It was a masterclass in technical triumph, community grit, and poetic justice that left Kane speechless, his company humbled, and Crescent Meadows cheering. The engine wasn't just broken. It was his trap, and my discovery was the verdict. Kane's dare was his dumbest call, and my revelation was about to ground his pride. Apex Dynamics was a cutting-edge aerospace firm on the edge of Crescent Meadows, its steel and glass campus a hub of innovation and corporate ego. The prototype lab, filled with humming machines and glowing screens, was where engineers wrestled with a next-gen turbine engine, plagued by failures. My garage workshop, a cluttered haven of tools and blueprints near my ranch, was my base, where I'd honed my mechanical skills. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, and a self-taught mechanical engineer with a fictional ageless fire. I'd crushed foes 74 times, buying Meadow Mart after Karen's farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's Colt stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her, airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at her gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspending her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towing her car for blocking my driveway, reclaiming my cabin after her sale, sinking her cop's truck with Grandpa's tractor, evicting her fishing club with Marcus, arresting her for breaking into my garage, busting her 911 call on my pool, stopping her fake cop arrest, seizing her HOA with my deed clause, crushing her motorbike ban, locking her pool access, charging her for felling my tree, returning her trash with interest, nailing her for my Jim's 911 call, defending Marcus's home from her 911 stunt, backing Marcus at his pool, stopping fake cops from tossing Alex, evicting her clubhouse for trespassing, and jailing her for packing Liam's room. My engineering skills and allies were my latest weapons. Victor Kane, late 40s, was a polished CO, his tailored suits masking ruthless ambition. He dared me to fix the engine, expecting failure to boost his stock price, unaware I'd spot his team's sabotage. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, Marcus Thompson, Navy SEAL and lake owner, Mia, my nurse sister, Jake, my Marine brother, Vince, Iron Riders biker leader, Ellen, my sharpshooter mom, Tom, my biologist friend, Linda, the councilwoman, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, Grandpa Joe, our tractor-driving patriarch, and Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy. Agent Laura Chun, my FBI contact, was ready for legal escalation. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a brisk November morning in 2025 in Apex's prototype lab, where the engine sputtered and Kane's smirk taunted. My allies, pinged by my chat, gathered outside. Kane's dare was a trap, and his ignorance of my skills was his fatal error. This wasn't just about an engine. It was his assault on my pride. For me, it was a chance to prove my worth, expose his scheme, and unite my community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and spark with our spirit. Kane's dare was a calculated jab. "Fix this engine, or admit you're out of your depth," he taunted, pointing to the turbine, which stalled despite perfect specs. I filmed, voice calm, "This is my challenge, Kane. I'll find a flaw." My diagnostic tablet pinged, errors his team ignored. I texted Harris, who growled, "Setup? He's grounded." Ellen sent my engineering notes, saying, "Kane's outmatched." Linda vowed to bring industry regulators, noting, "Mocking a mechanic with your skills? He's toast." I called Chun, who snapped, "This smells like corporate sabotage. FBI can dig." Allies swarmed outside, filming the lab. My forum post exploded. CEO dared me to fix his engine. I'm exposing his scam. Hashtags Kane versus Sarah and hashtag engine takedown trended, hitting 245 million views. Jake livestreamed for Meadowmart, showing my footage and notes. "Crescent Meadows backs Sarah," he said, hitting 250 million views. Lily handed out flyers about engineering ethics, explaining Sarah's a genius. Kane's hiding something. Kane's engineers, a clique with smug grins, tried to discredit me, but allies drowned them out, chanting Sarah's fix. Mia, share my patent filings, proving my expertise. I share my tablet's data. Kane's engine sabotaged. I'm cracking it. The video hit 3.7 billion views. Marcus arrived, saying he targeted me too. I'm testifying. His SEAL grit rattled the engineers. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, reviewing my data. "Potential sabotage," Chun said, noting discrepancies. I flashed my sheriff badge, live streaming. Kane dared me to fix his engine. It's rigged. The stream hit 18.5 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. "Sarah's a legend. Kane's done." Linda arrived with an FAA inspector, announcing Kane's dare risks industry standards. The crowd chanted, "Fix! Fix!" as the engineers squirmed. The FBI traced the engine's logs, finding Kane's team had altered components. I pinpointed a misaligned fuel injector, live streaming. "This flaw is deliberate. Kane's team broke it." Kane rambled, "It's your failure." But Chun held up my data and logs. "You're under investigation," she said. The forum planned an engine-free day at Meadowmart, with tech demos and music. Kane's lie about impossible collapsed. My fix was close. The stage was set, not just to fix the engine, but to expose his scam and rally Crescent Meadows around my triumph. His dare was his end, and my discovery was our victory. Apex's lab was a crucible of justice. Kane stood by the engine, sweating, as Harris and Chun reviewed the logs. My tools hummed, zeroing in on the injector's flaw, a deliberate sabotage. The livestream hit 19.5 billion views, with hashtag Kane vs. Sarah and hashtag Engine Takedown trending globally. Allies packed the campus, waving signs, Sarah's fix. No corporate scams. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a mechanic's genius versus CEO arrogance. The air roared, and I was ready to silence Kane's boardroom. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Sarah's data proves sabotage. Kane's dare is a corporate sham. He showed my footage and logs, proving the flaw. Allies cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying Sarah's an engineer. Kane rigged the engine. The forum surged, Kane's a fraud. Sarah's our hero. A viral tweet read, CEO dares mechanic to fix engine. She finds sabotage. Hashtag engine takedown. Kane yelled, it's her incompetence. But Shin held up the logs, stating, your team sabotaged the engine. His face fell. He hadn't expected my tools. Engineering groups joined X, posting, Kane's attack on Sarah's skills is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows. The Change.org petition, Justice for Sarah's Fix, hit 250 million signatures, with comments like Sarah's a legend and Kane's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Sarah's expertise and grit are our pride. Kane's sabotage threatens innovation. She announced an FAA motion to audit Apex's contracts. The crowd roared, chanting engine free. The engineers leaked text disavowing Kane. He's rogue. Allies guarded the lab, as Vince's biker crew patrolled the campus. I grabbed the mic, heart pounding. Kane dared me to fix his engine, but I'm sheriff. I'm an engineer, and I found his sabotage. I proposed an engine-free day at Meadowmart, with tech demos, music, and a fundraiser for STEM education, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to host. I shared online, Kane's scam failed. Join us for Engine Free Day. The livestream hit 20.5 billion views, with hashtag Engine Free Day trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Kane's grounded. Kane made a last stand, yelling at Shun, I'm in charge. But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal complaint. You're investigated for sabotage and fraud, she said, as Harris escorted him out. The crowd parted, phones filming as I adjusted the injector, the engine humming to life. Jake's stream hit 39 billion views, with comments like, she did it. Kane's done. News ran headlines. 20-year-old mechanic exposes CEO's engine sabotage. Lily organized kids to paint engine-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our progress. Harris secured the lab, and allies cheered as the engine roared. Chun verified the logs, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Spark sign, marking my triumph. The stage was set for a victory that would fix the engine, humble Kane, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Kane was detained, but my revelation would shock everyone. The Apex boardroom roared with justice as Kane faced scrutiny, the engine purring in the lab. The livestream hit 40 billion views, with hashtag Kane vs. Sarah and hashtag Engine Takedown trending worldwide. Allies packed the gallery, waving engine-free signs as news crews filmed. I stood with my tools, my roles as engineer, sheriff, and HOA owner now, a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to bury Kane. Judge Torres, overseeing the FAA hearing remotely, called order. Mr. Kane, you're investigated for sabotage and fraud, he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing the injector flaw. The plaintiff is an engineer who exposed deliberate sabotage, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Kane's done. Sarah's our hero. Shin testified, voice sharp. Kane's team altered the engine to fail, violating FAA regulations. She showed the logs, sparking gasps. Linda announced the FAA's audit of Apex and my consultancy role. The crowd chanted, fix. Fix, as kids waved painted gears, symbols of our win. Tom showed my data and patent filings, proving my expertise. Sarah's fix crushed him, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Spark signed sketch, county-backed, to mark my triumph. This engine's fixed, and Kane's guilty, I said, sharing it online, a bolt under a federal seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Torres reviewed the evidence, footage, logs, data, calling it undeniable. Kane, denying sabotage, claimed it's her error. But Rachel played my diagnostic clip, exposing his lies. Torres ruled. Kane is suspended. Apex audited. Sarah awarded $6 million in damages. The gallery roared as Kane slumped, silenced. My digital dossier, footage, logs, complaint was handed to the press, ensuring accountability. News ran it live. 20-year-old mechanic exposes CEO's engine sabotage. The crowd surged, music blaring, as engine-free day plans took shape. I gave a mic to Alex, who grinned. Sarah Spark is our pride, she said. Allies hugged her, guarding the lab in solidarity. This wasn't just Kane's defeat, it was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our community could outshine arrogance. As the engine hummed, justice soared. Kane's suspension was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Mechanic exposes CEO's engine sabotage and Sarah Spark triumphs. The livestream hit 43 billion views, with hashtag engine takedown trending for weeks. Fan art of the Spark sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and STEM groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our community. Engine Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, allies, kids, Harris's team, watching tech demos, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Spark sign. Meadow Mart catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the engine to my lake's balance. The event raised $21.5 million for STEM education, and FAA leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's Spark shines. No more Kanes. Apex was reformed. Linda's Motion audited its practices and barred sabotage with new FAA oversight. Kane was suspended indefinitely, banned from Apex, and vanished to a consultancy gig, reportedly arguing over specs. Don't Dare Like Kane became a local joke painted on garages. My workshop became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping Spark selfies. Meadow Mart and my ranch event soared, the cafe hosting Spark nights with tech talks and music. Tourists flocked to Sarah's workshop, boosting sales. Allies brought gifts, mini bolts, sheriff patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed the lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, logs, rulings, was studied for engineering ethics, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for my ranch. The forum planned a Spark Fest with demos, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Kane's dare into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to assist my workshop, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Spark Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Alex, Marcus, and Crescent Meadows, where engines defeat tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my workshop glowed. Kane's dare had been a spark, but we built a legacy. My workshop, Meadow Mart, and our suburb were our stronghold, proof no bully could stall our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, brilliant, and unstoppable.